The gentleman from New Jersey is recognized for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Madam Chair, for your leadership on this important issue and so many other health issues that is making all the difference in the world. And this bill would not be on the floor today without your leadership. So Kathy B. Morris-Rogers, Chairwoman, thank you so very, very much for that leadership. I want to thank my good friend Frank Pallone for his strong support as well. I would like to thank Henry Cuellar, who's the prime Democratic co-sponsor. 61 members of the House have co-sponsored it. It's a totally bipartisan piece of legislation. Anna Eshoo has not only as a co-sponsor, but very helpful when we did Autism CARES of 2019. So this builds on that and expands it and strengthens it going forward. So, and I also want to thank the staff. You know, we know so much of the great hard work, the spade work is done by the staff, Molly Brimmer, Kristen Fritsch, Caitlin Wilson. I also want to thank John McDonough on my staff. I thought John would be here. He'll be here in a moment. And Scott Badich, who worked for Autism Society, who is now on our staff for a dozen years, and also for the United Way. Just a great collaboration of great people, all on behalf of helping those on the spectrum, those with severe autism, and of course, the family members and friends who have such a heavy, heavy lift in caring for and loving because there are so many challenges. Autism spectrum disorder, Mr. Speaker, is a developmental condition characterized by persistent impairments in social communication and social interaction, as well as restricted and repetitive patterns of behavior, leading to difficulty in developing, maintaining, and understanding relationships with others. Frequently, if that's not enough, frequently accompanying autism are other co-occurring medical, behavioral, or mental health conditions, including gastrointestinal disorders, learning challenges, sleep disorders, feeding and eating issues, mental health challenges such as depression and anxiety, and sensory sensitivities that can lead to seizures. In some cases, certain symptoms are co-occurring conditions that result in self-injurious behaviors that present complex challenges to parents and caregivers. I'd point out for the record, Mr. Speaker, about 30 years ago, Bobby and Billy Gallagher, parents of 2 children with autism, who were babies at the time, came into my office in Whiting, New Jersey and said, we need to do something. Nothing's really being done. And sure enough, we found out that CDC was spending about $287,000 a year for their entire program, straight line for 5 years. I introduced legislation. Energy and Commerce Committee incorporated into the Children's Health Act, and that began this important rise in focus and providing the necessary resources to help those with autism to try to find a way of mitigating its impact on both the person with it as well as upon the family. The Autism CARES Act is a comprehensive reauthorization and strengthening of the whole of government effort that we have been working on now for 3 decades. We wouldn't be here tonight as well if it wasn't for the organizations. You know, several of them, we all know them, Autism Speaks, the Association of University of Centers on Disabilities, the ARC of the United States, Profound Autism Alliance, and Autism Society, among many others, who provided us useful and very informed thoughts and suggestions that are incorporated into this bill. For the last 2 years, we've been meeting with them, again, trying to find what needs to be done, where there's overlap. We don't want to repeat things that don't need to be done. And one of the things I've learned so much about how well this is working under IAC, which is the Interagency Coordinating Committee, is they go overboard trying to prevent duplicative research, so that we're not just spending money, we're trying to do it in a way that is very, very precise, and very focused. As the chairwoman a moment ago said, 1 in 36 children in the United States are on the spectrum. In my state, it's 1 in 35. So we're one of the top 3 in the country that have manifestations of autism. So we need to do more on this. The bill does also include the whole idea of the entirety of the age. You know, no matter what age you are, if you have autism, we want to help you and provide the necessary resources. And we started that in the last time, and it is making a difference. As my friend from New Jersey pointed out, it increases from 5 to 7, the NIH Centers of Excellence, and it just does so much in every category to try to, again, help those. Let me just remind my colleagues, and I'll finish with this, that we now have the capability to detect autism as early as 18 months. Incredible developments have been made in this area, yet The median age of diagnosis in the United States is not until 4 years of age. So we're missing crucial early intervention opportunities by not identifying and then helping those who have it. So I urge passage and yield back to balance. And again,
The gentleman yields back.